So the 2025 season is over, but now we're embarking on the biggest winter development programme we've ever done. So we thought it'd be a great idea to let you guys in behind the curtain and see what we've been up to in the off-season.
So today's quite an exciting day. It's the end of an era. After 6 years running the hatch, it will be no longer, and we're going to a sleeker, hopefully faster saloon.
All right, let's crack on with getting this boot cut off.
It's been pretty intense in the workshop, and obviously the guys have been working hard for quite a while on the car, which is our biggest change it's the biggest change in car we've had since we've been with NAPA. The hatchback isn't quite as aerodynamic as the saloons. I think pretty much all cars on the grid are going that way, so we've joined the others, and hopefully that'll improve a little bit of straight line speed.
We run in a series where there's a balanced performance for engine power, a balanced performance for success, but there's no balanced performance for drag. So if you can suddenly take away a good chunk of drag by converting yourself to a saloon, you can make some pretty decent incremental gains.
There's a lot of work going on in the background, but because there's been so much work from Tom and Tony, and with Royce being in the fab shop, they've done a terrific job. So I don't think it's been quite as fraught as it could have been, actually.
Like 80% of the development project is fabrication, whereas previously it's been more sort of engineering stuff, bodywork design, engine work, stuff like that. So it's been a similar amount of work to other development projects, just in different places.
This piece of kit is a 3D scanning kit. So this is to digitise the car. It generates something for us where we then know where the chassis starts the season. So if you have a big crash, sometimes you end up with damage, you'll end up with one of these points has moved, but I can quantify how far it's moved by, whether it's moved, whether it's taken any other tubes with it or anything, so we can send it straight to the fabricators and we can have a good idea on where we're starting with repair work. Hopefully we're going to have a better aerodynamic balance than we had with the old car. So hopefully in some of the high-speed circuits we'll be in a much better position. It's always been strong at Thruxton, but it could always be stronger. The problem with this sport is you never know quite what step another team has made. There's always the concern that you do something and it's not in the right direction, but generally I'll have considered a lot of options before we go and say we're actually doing something. So to have done this project, I was 99% confident it was going in the right direction. It's just knowing how big that magnitude of change is and whether it's in the right direction by 1% or actually you've made a 10% jump.
At the minute, trying to organise getting mini engines back to D'Amico in time for the testing. And then I think the guys downstairs are flat out trying to get Ash's car ready for paint. And then Royce will be on with fabricating Sam's car, getting the rear end on that one.
You've got to do everything you can during the winter to try and give ourselves the best added advantage over everybody else, It's what you do all the time, it's what we do here all the time. We've got to modify all these next. New quarters, new fronts, new tailgates, new back panels. And then we've got a spare car that we have to have up and all together before the start of the season for the just in case moment. So yeah, mate, very busy.
Good morning.
Morning, how are you?
Not too bad.
Good. Well, yeah, there has been quite a lot going on. We've got all the touring cars are ready to build, which is great. The first mini's in fab for the rear quarters to be done, so that's great. So actually we're moving forward really well, yeah. I think we're on schedule. I think we're looking okay at the moment. But you don't want to rest on your laurels, because at the moment you think everything's under control is the moment all goes wrong.
Minis this year, we have a new front end, metal bonnet, new facelift front bumper, new actual headlights all fixed in, new wings, new arches, and then the rear end will get a full new development. So it's going to be a new quarter panel and a new rear boot. We've currently got 3 cars still out here. One of them is just started to be fabricated on in the fab bay. We've got about 3 to 4 weeks of work on all of them before we can go testing.
There's 4 minis to do, and we've got 3 left to do after that. Enough to keep us busy, and then we've got all the other stuff that's coming along now, like all the touring car stuff that's starting to roll in, so the boys can finish all that off. So yeah, it's busy enough, but it's going to sort of start ramping up now.
Because of the projects we've had this winter, the project for the touring cars is quite a lot more labour intensive than the minis. So whereas it's taken Royce sort of 3 or 4 weeks per touring car, it's probably only going to take him 3 or 4 days per mini. So we've had to prioritise the touring cars just because of the amount of labour involved.
Just taking Sam's car down to the paint shop. So this is the stage before you start actually building the car up.
Quite quickly it goes from a painted shell to pretty much what I've got there, and that can probably be a week's worth of work and it's ready to go.
So Selby has been racing with the minis and he's stepping up into the touring cars. It's going to be good, I think. I'm really excited. It's always good for the team dynamic to have a new driver in the car.
The younger me wouldn't believe it. It's something I've always wanted to do. It's been a childhood dream to race touring cars. So to get the opportunity is fantastic. It's a shame my dad's not around. My dad unfortunately passed away in 2017, and we did everything together. And this was always our dream to get to this. So he'd be pretty proud of this moment too.
There's a lot of work goes into it. I don't think people really appreciate how much work goes into getting a race car ready, or prepping it to our standard anyway.
When you're trying to win all the championships that you're entering, it is every little detail that wins it.
We're out testing next week for the first time, and I suppose we find out if all the hard work's worth it.